I think my neighbor is a time traveler. So I've been holding this in for months, but I need to get it out. I think my neighbor, Mr. Whitaker, is a time traveler. And before you write me off as crazy, hear me out. I moved into this apartment. About a year ago, Mr. Whitaker lives in the unit across from mine. He's this quiet, older guy, probably in his late 50s or early 60s, always polite, but a little off. Like, he doesn't seem to know how smartphones work. Once, he asked me how those portable telephones could show movies. I figured he was just one of those people who never kept up with technology. But then things started getting weirder. One day, I saw him carrying a strange device. It looked like a silver box with glowing dials. I tried asking him about it, and he got nervous. He smiled awkwardly and said it was a vintage tool. Sure, okay. But here's where it gets crazy. About 6 months ago, I ran into him at the grocery store. He looked different, younger. His hair was thicker, and there were fewer wrinkles on his face. He smiled at me and said, "Nice to meet you." I figured maybe he was just being forgetful, except he acted like we'd never met before. I even said, "It's me, Alex, from across the hall," and he looked genuinely confused. That was odd, but I brushed it off. Maybe he had a twin. I mean, it seemed unlikely, but whatever. Then, last week, the real weirdness happened. I woke up at 3 a.m. to this low humming sound coming from the hallway. I opened my door just a crack, and I swear to God, I saw Mr. Whitaker standing there with another version of himself. They were talking, but it sounded like gibberish words, but none I could understand. The younger one handed something to the older one, a small metallic cylinder, then disappeared down the stairwell. The older Mr. Whitaker just stood there for a second, then walked back to his apartment like nothing had happened. I haven't been able to sleep properly since. Every time I see him, I get this weird feeling like I'm not supposed to know what I saw. I want to confront him, but how do you ask someone, "Hey, are you from the future?" So, yeah, that's my life now. Either my neighbor is a time traveler, or I'm losing my mind. What do you guys think? Comment Quantum Toast. Dude, you just stumbled into some serious sci-fi shenanigans. I'd set up a hidden camera in the hallway. But be careful, you don't want to mess with time travelers. They could have rules. You ever notice him disappearing for long periods? Alex. Yeah, actually. There are times when I don't see him for days, and then he just shows up like no time has passed. Now I'm wondering if he's been traveling. Spooky crayons. What if you are the one who's been altered by the timeline? Maybe he keeps meeting you in different versions of reality, and that's why he's confused. Alex. Great, now I'm questioning reality. Thanks for that. What do you think? Should I follow him the next time he leaves? Or just pretend I never saw anything?